Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. It's 11 o'clock Pacific time. My wife is about to start a workout.
Not right this second, but shortly.
My wife is about to start a workout in the background, and I'm about to go live with a good friend of mine. I hope everybody is doing good. In the state of California, it's not the best, but I actually just learned about some things that are happening in Canada, talking to my mom, that I think are interesting. But let me just bring in my person today. She has to request me, and when she does, it'll be fantastic. One second. I don't know why this always takes so long, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to complain about the internet infrastructure at this point in time. I'll just wait for the next thing to come up, and I'll try again. All right, here we go. Still can't get her, but it'll come back. I promise. All right, so I just had a nice chat with my mom. That was exciting. Oh, you tried. Try again. I'll wait for you. There you go. I'm excited to talk to this person. I haven't seen.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi. How are you?
Oh, your lighting is way better than mine. How do you get lighting like that, Kat?
It's a window. It's a window. You know, I have a lot of construction going on in my communal patio space, so I'm thinking that maybe it's shining off of the chain link fence back into my
Fair enough. Well, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you. As you.
I changed my sweatshirt and t-shirt today. Same headband, though.
Yeah. I like the band. It's a nice touch.
Thank you.
You like my cases of Knocking Point wine in my house?
I do. Why haven't you opened them?
I have opened them. I have a whole case of them. What am I going to do with 60 bottles of wine in a quarantine?
I have one idea of what you can do.
Okay, I've certainly done that. But I will say that a box of wine is a great weight for squatting.
Hey, I haven't seen you since the last day of filming on the show.
True.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
How are you doing in all of this craziness?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
My family and I are out in the desert. Things are
nice.
decent.
Yeah.
Without being too specific, where are you? Are you in LA?
I'm in LA.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's interesting, given that I'm, just me, myself, and I here, which is funny. Well, I do have Bob, my quarantine boyfriend. Do you want to meet? I guess you should meet my boyfriend.
I would love to.
This is my boyfriend, Bob.
He looks like a really thoughtful, kind, and gentle lover.
He's a strong and silent type, but he's a great listener. It's not very handy, though. So
I thought you guys assembled a treadmill yesterday.
Yeah, he was mostly moral support. I did most of the work. But
Isn't that one of the things that you can do in LA right now, though? Can't you go out for a run?
You can, well, at least up until yesterday. Like, I don't know all of the rules now of the, stay in your house lockdown. But,
actually, that's something that people should read. I'll pop a link to this afterwards on my Twitter account. But if you're living in LA, it's actually really important to know what's actually closed down and not closed down. Right. Because I think people think it's a little bit more crazy than what it is. You should be very thoughtful about it, but it's not as crazy.
Well, I mean, it's not, stakes are not dire at this point, but it is important to be thoughtful, as you said, and be safe. Only do what you can.
You and I talked so much during the last season about just stuff on the show. I never really talked to you that much about like family stuff. How's your family? Are they good? Are they safe? Is everything going well?
They're good. My mom and my grandparents are in Kansas City, and they are hunkered down in the house, hanging out with the cats, just, living out the quarantine, watching movies.
Yeah.
Like all of us are.
What are you watching? You already watched Arrow from the beginning, 170 episodes and all.
For sure.
It goes without saying.
Definitely. I actually did that before I started on the show.
I know.
What have I been watching? I just watched Little Fires Everywhere because they released the first 3 episodes of it.
I know. I watched all 3 episodes last night.
Oh, so good.
It's really, really good.
Really good. I'm hooked.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite character? Let's say it on the count of 3. All right? Because I know mine, except I'm terrible with character names, so it's just gonna sound weird.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm bad with character names too, so why are we playing this game?
Because you're gonna be able to say it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, I see.
All right, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Kerry Washington's
Moody?
daughter. I didn't.
I like her daughter too.
Is it Pearl?
Pearl, yes. Good job.
She's fantastic.
She's great.
What did
I don't
you
even
say?
know what she's done before. I said Moody, but I just think
I was about to say Moody. I should have said Moody.
We like both.
He's really good though, isn't he?
Yeah.
They're all fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you watching?
But I started watching Mindhunter again because it's sort of research, but also just fun stuff.
What else are you doing to stay busy?
By
the way, you and I have never really we've only ever talked shop. We've never really talked like this.
It's true. I know. What have I been doing? I've been working out a lot. I kind of got on Amazon and rated anything I could as far as what can I do to make a creative gym in the house. And I got one of those, slidey kind of hockey things that you can skate in your house. I have a bob and I have a TRX and a spin bike and the treadmill, and so I'm doing a lot of that, reorganizing my house. Basically all of the things that I always used as an excuse is I never have time for. I'm doing them now. How about you?
On Sunday, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods in Palm Desert, and my wife thought I was being crazy, except you can see our home gym back there.
Oh, I love it.
And those resistance cables.
Yeah.
I bought the ones that are 100 pounds each. I didn't know they existed, but I purchased them.
You building a swing set for Mavi with those?
No, we've got a pool here. She's good. I just whip her in the pool. That counts as a swing. Just because so many people that are going to be watching this are going to be fans of our show, what were some of your favorite parts about working on Arrow, or just in general your favorite parts about just being on a set, acting, interacting with people? Because that's the thing that I wouldn't say struggling with, but just it's going to take a minute for us to be able to put, how many people work on a film set every day? 300? It's going to take a minute for us to put that back together. What are some of your favorite things about working on a film set?
I think my favorite thing, and this is something we had on Shadowhunters, and I was so thrilled to come onto a show like Arrow because you guys had that too, is the family. And you have all the departments that are working together and having synergy and kind of bouncing off of each other. And when you have people that are creatively passionate about what they do, it inspires the people around them. And then so you sort of get this whole that's greater than the sum of the parts as it all kind of happens and builds. And I'm sure that's going to happen with your new show too, but
I mean,
it's special.
Over the course of Shadowhunters, did the crew stay pretty, oh my God, I'm dying for the word. Consistent? Like not a lot of turnover?
Yeah, we had largely the same crew, a lot of the same cast, but it was exactly almost how it was on Arrow, how you had the same core group of people for the entirety of the series, and it made it so special.
What was your favorite part about shooting the backdoor pilot? Because I haven't really talked with you that much about that, because when I came back very briefly for the last episode, and you guys had been so busy shooting the backdoor pilot, and I was a little bit caught up. I wouldn't say caught up with myself necessarily, but just in general, like dealing with the fact that this was the end, and I didn't necessarily pay a ton of attention to the fact that you guys had just shot something. How was that experience?
Yeah, no, but honestly, just to speak to that, that's entirely understandable, because it's the end. It's such a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
And having just gone through that on Shadowhunters before, I remember there was a moment where we just wrapped and we were about to we had a wrap party right after shooting in our soundstage. And I was walking off set for the last time in wardrobe, and I stopped at the edge of our set, and it was like there was a wall there, and I couldn't take another step, and I went, oh my God, this is the last time I'm crossing this threshold in character. And it's a weird thing when a character is so a part of you, and not only that, but you've become such a part of building the show around the character and the story and everything. It's huge. It's a weird mental process to go through. So I totally understand. But the backdoor pilot was really interesting because there was the whole memory loss thing and the character departure. I think my favorite part as an actor was kind of building the two characters into one, because there was Mia 1, Mia 2, and then Mia 3 that was the combination of the first two. And so kind of navigating that and finding that, also getting to work with Charlie a lot more was so awesome, and Ben, and just kind of building all those family relationships and seeing how they changed and doing all it's just
I love me some Ben.
Oh my God, how much do you love Ben Lewis?
I love Ben so much.
He's the best.
He was so great. Oh yeah, Ben, what a guy. Mark Bunting.
Yes.
Our first assistant director. I'm just getting over. I'm just getting over the show being done, and I'm starting to decompress. I'm in LA, and he sends me a text, and it just says, well, and then it's followed by a photo that is clearly a blank soundstage. And I was about to text him. I'm like, oh no, you just sent me a photo of the bunker that's a blank soundstage now, didn't you? I didn't text him back for like 3 days, that asshole. Oh man.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'm over it. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with not working and not knowing when I'm going to go back to work. It's fine. I'm good.
Oh, listen,
in actuality, I am good. Are you okay? Because you are one of the most entrepreneurial, forward-thinking, go-getters, always busy people that I know. How are you dealing with stuff like this?
I am channeling that energy into other things, because I was supposed to be on a film in South Africa in like 2 weeks.
Sounds about par for the course.
Which obviously is not happening now.
No.
So we'll see. I'm doing research for that because I actually have time now, and I'm developing a couple projects that I actually have time to focus on that now and go back to the source material. And kind of seeing what else I can do creatively to find something. What are you doing to keep that energy occupied?
One of my friends is out in the desert with me, and she and I have been talking a lot about a book we want to option that we're going to try to create a TV show for, or a limited series, or a movie. I'm not sure. I'm not an alarmist, but I'm playing the long game on this one. And right now, I'm not trying to rush to the idea that things are going to go back to normal in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. So right now, where it sounds like you're a person that initiates things, I'm a person that needs a start date.
Yeah.
Like when I was training for Heels, we were eventually supposed to start around March 15th. And I couldn't really kick my workouts into high gear until I knew what our actual start date was. And then I really go for it.
Right.
So right now I'm chilling. I'm swimming a lot. I'm running a lot. I've got my home gym that I haven't used yet. Don't tell anyone that's involved with Heels. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I won't tell anyone, but the 9,300 people that are watching might say something.
This video only lasts 24 hours and then it's gone.
Oh, you're right.
Unless I find out a way to save it at the end, but who's to say, really?
I don't know. I'm too much grandma.
Honestly, our kiddo's doing homeschool. She's got dance every day at 2:00.
That's amazing. Wait, you posted something. She has a virtual dance class, like an online live stream thing?
Yeah, she has a dance class, and her teacher's doing a class every day at 2:00. She goes on, does it. We've got communal tennis courts right by where we live that we've been going to, and I don't know, just chilling.
That's awesome. It must be nice to actually get to spend some time with your family, eh?
Yeah. Did you say A?
Yes. I've been working in Canada for long enough, Stephen. It's been in my vocabulary for so long.
Hey, tell me for a second about Big Slick.
Yes. I can talk all day about Big Slick. So, as you probably know, there's a lot of incredible creative talents from Kansas City.
Yep.
From Will Forte to Paul Rudd, Derek Stonestreet, Rob Riggle, David Koechner, all those guys. And about, 11 years ago now, they started a small poker game as a charity event for the children's hospital there, which operates a lot like St. Jude. It's called Children's Mercy, and that they don't charge people if they can't afford to pay for the health care. They just make sure the kids are taken care of no matter what it takes, which it's amazing because it's a locally sprouted, locally run hospital. And this poker game has now turned into a weekend-long fundraising event that we play a softball game in the baseball stadium, and we go play with the kids in the hospital. We have a bowling tournament, and then it all ends at a big variety show at the end of the weekend. And last year was their 10th year of doing it, and the variety show had moved from a small theater in downtown Kansas City to the 5,000-seat Sprint Center.
Yep.
And we raised $2.5 million in 2 days.
Good for them.
And over the course of 10 years, they've raised over $10 million for this children's hospital.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do.
One of the first things that I thought of when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year was that I was happy because I knew how guys like Stonestreet and Paul Rudd and just Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Yeah.
They invited me one year, and they invited me 2 different years, and I couldn't go. But I went to a con in Kansas City in, I want to say 2016 or 17. Have you ever met Casey SuperGirl?
No.
Well, you should.
Next time you go.
When
I
Big
will.
Slip comes back, she'll be there for sure. She's the girl that looks like Supergirl that's dressed as Casey Supergirl.
That's amazing.
And she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person that I met when I was at that con.
That's awesome. You know, I've been to a lot of Comic-Cons, but I've never been to the Kansas City one.
It's fantastic. So, funny story. I committed to the KC Comic-Con back in, oh gosh, I can't remember what season it was. I'm going to say 5 or 6. And they scheduled us for Paley Fest. But they didn't schedule us for Paley Fest until like a month before it was going to happen. And I had committed to Kansas City Comic-Con 4 months in advance for Saturday and Sunday, except that our panel was Saturday and it was all of us. It was the entire cast of every show that was on the air at the time.
Oh my God.
And I was like, guys, what do you want from me? Like I've committed to this. This promoter has sold a lot of tickets based on the fact that I'm coming here. And Greg Galanti goes, look, you don't have to go, but you will be the only person not there. Oh shit. Okay. So I went to that con. I went to that Paley Fest. I went to the dinner thereafter, and then I red-eyed to Kansas City. Was at the con from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then was back in Vancouver that night. It was awesome, by the way. It was really, really good. Really, really good. Okay.
Kansas City's great. Did they at least feed you barbecue while you were there?
I barely ate a sandwich when I was there.
Oh. Okay, next time you're there, let me know, and I'll hook you up.
My good friend Jack and his wife Lauren and their kiddos, I became good friends with them, and they're constantly inviting me to Kansas City, and I'm pretty sure that they know the best barbecue places. All right.
I have to say hi. Do you know Katherine Gallagher? She just commented. She hopped on here. She's one of my nearest and dearest, and she's super talented, and I love her so much. Hi, Katherine. I don't know.
Do I know her?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Okay. Well, you should, because she's awesome.
Okay. Well, now I do.
There you go.
All right. Give me some movie recommendations.
Ooh. Okay. Well, my top 3 are a nice spectrum of among my favorite movies, because I can never pick a favorite movie. Gilda with Rita Hayworth from the 1930s, 30s, 40s, something like that.
Okay.
Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Usual Suspects.
Jesus Christ. When did you first see The Princess Bride?
I was probably 10.
So 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah, yeah. No, a few more years ago than that. No, but it's been one of my favorite movies for a long time.
I saw it in the theater with my dad and my sister in 1987.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Was it 1987?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Sounds right.
Favorite characters in order, Princess Bride. And by the way, this could destroy the internet if you get this wrong.
Favorite based on what, though? Based on entertainment level or based on...
It's the game of Survivor.
Oh, God.
Okay, and you just got to take, you eventually got to take one person. So you can count it down from 5, or you can go up from 5, whatever you want. But again, as you're thinking about this, I went to a dinner in Phoenix in 2014, and I was watching Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals with the Kings and the New York Rangers, because I'd been at Phoenix Comic-Con, so I couldn't go to the game. My wife was at the game. Kings won in double overtime, and I ended up late to this dinner after Phoenix Comic-Con, and Carrie Elways was there.
I love Carrie. He played my dad in a movie.
Well, I did not know that. but he's such a lovely, lovely man. And we went around the table telling stories, and everyone was telling like a story. Bruce Campbell was hosting the dinner, name dropping like a dink right now. But just in general, like everyone was telling their story, and it came around to me, and I went, "Hey man, can you tell me one Andre the Giant story from Princess Bride?" Even though I loved him in so many movies, I wanted to know what Andre the Giant. But anyway, go ahead. Give me. You don't have to pick your top 5. Pick 5.
Okay. First of all, have you read Carrie's book?
Of course I have. He gave me a copy.
Okay, good. Just checking because it's fabulous. Well, obviously.
What's it? By the way,
Wesley.
What's it called for people? Just
As You Wish. Carrie wrote a book. For those of you who don't know, Carrie wrote a book about his experience making The Princess Bride and called it As You Wish, because what else would he call the book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, favorite characters. Wesley, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Inigo Montoya. Those are probably my top 2. I mean, Robin Wright is just fantastic in everything she does.
3.
Andre the Giant, because I just want to give him a big ol' hug. And I'm forgetting the name, but Billy Crystal.
Miracle Max?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly I need to refresh the movie. What's your 5?
Well, Vincent is way up at the top. The guy who orchestrates the plan?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say him, but then I was like, but Miracle Max, though.
I like whoever it was that played the minister. Mawaj. Mawaj is what bring bath to Gaba today.
By the way, that GIF is what I send to just any wedding-related group chat, whether it's somebody got engaged or somebody's getting married or it's somebody's anniversary. That's always my go-to GIF.
I don't know the name of the guy that runs the Pit of Despair. I'm a big fan of him. I love that movie so much. We almost watched it last night.
Oh, has Mavi seen it before?
I watched it with her when she was 2 years old. My wife's not happy with me because he turns the machine to 50. And, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the movie, that was a little scarring.
Yeah. But, you know, that's what happens when you're born in the late 90s. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
You have a wine with us.
I do have a wine, and it's right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Love Queens and Angels. And actually, I'm doing a video for a certain media outlet that's going to be up at some point for, you know, social distancing and all that. And I have to make a cocktail of what's in my kitchen. So thank goodness I have this.
Have we told you what Knocking Point is doing? In terms of, we're trying to, you've never been to Walla Walla?
No.
Right. Walla Walla, it's where we're based. It's a very small town. And we're trying as long as we possibly can to stay open. We've got one employee going in a day, packing boxes, all that stuff. And we're also trying to support local businesses. So we've taken off any money on shipping. If you want Kat's wine, it's at knockingpoint.com. It's going into the Walla Walla community, and it's helping us keep people that otherwise are going to be really affected through this process to be employed.
That's amazing.
It's not bad.
Well, you know what? It takes every single one of us and every person doing what little they can to try and just be a part of a community. Because all of us are, you know, I mean, look, I'm here in my house by myself.
With great lighting in front of a window. Do I need to go in front of a window next time?
I mean, generally, that's where you get like. But you know, it's kind of been amazing to see all these things that people are doing. Like you're doing this every day, and Josh Gad's reading a story on his Twitter live every day. And
oh, is he really?
Yeah,
cool.
He reads a storybook every day that he's reading to his kids, but he's also reading to Twitter. That you know, people are doing these little things every day to try and keep morale up and keep spirits up, and it's amazing to see.
Yeah. What's on your mug?
It's a pun. It says my puns are koala tea.
I'm having coffee and I popped a little Bailey's in there because it's Friday.
Absolutely.
And I already did my morning swim, so I'm good. I'm in good shape.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Hey, not that the entire world needs to hear it, but you were an absolute joy to work with. You really were.
Thank you. Back at ya.
Yeah.
Let's do it again sometime.
Okay. Bye, Kat.
Bye. Give your family my love.
I will. And yours.
Bye.
She's delightful. I loved working with Kat. And we got so caught up in the final season of the show and all the stuff that was going on. And even when she was on the show in season 7, but I didn't get a chance to work with her. She's really, really lovely and is going to have a wonderful and successful career, both on and off the screen. So, there we go. That was fun. I'll be back tomorrow. With who? Who's to say, really? But I love you guys, and thank you for tuning in.